What's up, guys? Low here, EM3 Strength and Conditioning, on my way to work. And guess who's with me? Alls y'alls. So I was scrolling yesterday a little bit, getting my thumb exercises in. You know what I mean? My six pack's coming in pretty nicely in there. And I saw something, man. And this is, it's very, for me, absolutely disturbing. And what I saw was this. Y'all know how this month we're addressing GLP medications, how they work, how they affect you. Don't forget to check out our topic of the month on our website, which is just about that. em3strengthconditioning.com. All right. In fact, let me see something here. All right. Doesn't matter. All right. So what I saw was this. That people like me, a trainer or whatever, can now prescribe, I don't even know if you call it prescribing, but I'm just going to call it hand out GLP medications for their clients. And honestly, it caught me by surprise. Okay? So, curiosity, I went in and I kind of started looking at the comments. And most people that were on there were very excited about it. Oh, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. And there was only one comment that I saw that reflected what I was thinking. And the comment was, "This is terrifying." I agree. I think it's absolutely terrifying that they're allowing this to happen. Because you're allowing, first of all, an industry that's not regulated. What does that mean? It means that your certification in personal training and all this stuff, no matter what you say, means nothing. It means nothing. Let me say that again. It means nothing. That's why there are so many crappy trainers out there. That's why there's so many crappy nutritionists and stuff out there. Why? Because, not only that, but that's why there's crappy supplements. You know what I mean? None of that stuff is regulated. Therefore, you can call yourself whatever the fuck you want. I personally take my certifications very, very seriously, because for me, I didn't sit here and choose to say, I'm gonna be a personal trainer. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna help people. And no, that's not how it came about for me. For me, being a personal trainer wasn't even on the scope. You know what I mean? It wasn't even on the list of kills. You know what I'm saying? So I got into it because I got into strength and conditioning, and I got certified in it. I studied it. I apply it literally to every facet of my life, strength and conditioning. I apply it to everything. Okay? So I didn't do this out of sheer blah, blah, blah. All right? I did this because it's something I love. The other thing about the way they're presenting this is that it's like, you know what I mean? Oh, just another thing you can add to your clients, and you can make money and blah, 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 and this and that. And I understand. I'm in here to support my lifestyle too, which isn't that extravagant or anything. But at the same time, it's like, really? This is it? This is it? This is what it's come down to? And I'm sorry. I feel it's very that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Letting anybody just say, here, take this, take this, take this. And the issue is that those medications work. They do work. But Gonna get a little conspiracy theory a little bit over here. Okay, all right. So check it out. I honestly feel like if they're able to dump this stuff into the market like that, where anyone can hand it out, then I feel there's something wrong. I feel there's something wrong. And I feel that a lot of people are going to get hurt with these medications later on down the line. Just like now you see all the COVID vaccines, blah, 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 yada, 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 because, again, these are my concerns about it. This is my concern about it. And I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea to let people like me, and I'm not saying I'm a bad person and I'm going to be like, ha, 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 dealing this shit out, because I wouldn't. I just don't think that's a great idea. Here is something that is good and can be helpful, especially for a certain population, the population in which these medications were made for. And these are the people that are getting left behind. And these medications are being offered to any fucking Joe Schmo. Or Jane Schmo. Jane Schmaine. Right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's kind of bullshit. Because that's like saying, you know what I mean? That's kind of like saying all these people, okay, let's take something like ketamine, right? Special K. And, if I use the right key, and you have ketamine, good Lord. It's a tranquilizer used for, you can use it for operations, you can use it for whatever. I believe it's usually used for animals, horses, kitty cats, things like that. Okay, great, awesome. And then what happens? Somebody decides to start taking it and says, "Oh, this is awesome. We can use this as a designer drug." Perfect, great. So now you have all this medication. Leave it open. Not hot in here? Thank you. You have all this medication that's supposed to be meant for something. It's being used for something else. And it's being used for something else more than what it's meant to be used for. And I feel that's what's going on. Again, I get it. People want to lose weight. People want access to this stuff. You know what I mean? But people want access to heroin and cocaine and lots and lots of alcohol too. Do we give it to them? Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, yeah, we do. So we're right in line, right? Good old US of A. So, my advice is y'all gotta be careful. Can you open those windows? Well, that one at least. Not this one. This one doesn't have a screen in it. You gotta be careful what you're being told and what you're being sold, because it's not all good. It ain't all good, baby. All right. I feel... Honestly, I was absolutely shocked to see that. If I see a, hold on.
Which way is it?
Yeah. So this is the one on the right is, I locked that one. That's it. Yeah. It took me like 10 minutes to figure that out. Good Lord. Who knew unlocking a window and opening would be so tough? So, you gotta watch. Not everything that sounds good and is good for now is good for later, because I'm sorry, I am waiting. In the next 3 to 4 years, you're gonna start seeing those advertisements. Did you take GLP medicines? Are you suffering from X, Y, and Z? Bingo. You're gonna think about your boy right here. This is my advice. Before you start taking any medication, Again, when I mean any medication, what I'm talking about is these, I don't know, let's call them freelance medications, where it's like you can just go and get it anywhere from your trainer, from your the guy walking down the street, you know. Those are the ones you gotta check. Now, if you have a bona fide, you know, issue, a disease where you have to take medication every day, blase, that's different. That's different. One of the things, especially when it comes to weight loss, I am an honest and truest believer that you do not need medication. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna rewind that. I am a true believer that weight loss is not good for you. Weight loss is the last thing you should try to do. Losing weight, losing pounds, okay? Getting lighter and lighter is not good for you, and it is not what you should be doing. Losing weight does not guarantee, does not equal good health and good fitness, especially good fitness. It can equal better health than where you were, but it does not necessarily equal good health. How many of you have seen the stick figure lady or the stick figure man? You know what I'm saying? Super thin. The girl weighs 120, 125, right? But they shuffle their feet when they walk. They can't lift anything. They can't push anything. They can't do anything for themselves other than walk around and smoke the cigarette they're smoking. All right? Is that healthy? You're going to say, of course not. I'm going to say, of course not. But they're skinny, right? They're not fat. They're skinny. So they have to be healthy, right? Weight loss. I swear to God, I will hammer this into everybody's head. Weight loss is not good for you. Losing weight is not good for you. Losing bone density is not good for you. Losing muscle mass is not good for you. Losing your sanity is not good for you. Feel me? What is good for you is losing that fat. It's gaining muscle. Because that is not called losing weight. That is called changing your body composition, which is what makes you stronger, healthier, metabolically healthier, physiologically healthier. What does that mean? It means that by losing weight, you are literally taking away the devices that make you healthy. By losing weight, all right, losing weight makes you lose the devices on your body that make you healthy. Now, why would you want to lose that? But no, I'm supposed to lose weight. My doctor says this. I know what the fuck your doctor says. And chances are, yeah, you do need to lose weight. But what's most importantly is what kind of weight you are supposed to lose. Because you're not supposed to lose weight. When you lose weight, that is everything. What you want to lose is the weight of the fat, which is fat. Okay? That's what you want to lose. And I feel like that's what our medical people should be pushing. Forget this weight loss stuff. You know, weight loss is dumb. You know what I mean? I tell everyone this, and it sounds crazy, but the quickest way you're going to lose weight is when you're dead. You're going to lose all your weight then. And you'll be absolutely happy, correct? No, you won't, because you're not alive. So what you want to do is lose body fat, gain muscle mass. Why gain muscle mass? That muscle weighs more than fat. It's going to make me heavier. Who fucking cares? Weight is not the issue. Body composition is. Body composition. body composition, more muscle than fat. Muscle, your muscles trigger so many, there's that word trigger so many physiological processes in your body. It's like it's a regulator. It does not just hold you up and help you move around. All right, your digestive system, smooth muscle, involuntary, those things are working all the time. All right, so your muscles are damn near in control of your endocrine system, the system that secretes all your hormones, the hormones that tell you to go, the hormones that tell you to run, the hormones that tell you to stop, the hormones that tell you to fight, the hormones that allow you to lift, the hormones that make you feel good when you eat that cake or when you squat that 375. You know what I'm saying? So focus on that. That's what you want to focus on. And when you're on these GLP medications and stuff, that medication does not give two shits where you lose your weight. And then this is why they say, well, when you're on your GLP medications, you got to make sure you're eating right and you're lifting and you're exercising and you're staying active and stuff. But what happens? People start taking the medications, they start losing their weight, and they forget about everything else. And instead, they'll work through the nausea. They'll work through the low energy. They'll work through, eating crappy because they're going to lose the weight no matter what. And that's not good. Because what's the difference between that? Okay, so you feel full. What's the difference between that and then starving yourself? You know what I'm saying? One, you get the sensation of feeling full, and the other one, you don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me. I really am, again, excellent tool, yes. Not the only thing you need to do, though. Not the only thing you need to do. Is it the be-all and end-all? Is it the solution? No, but it's being prescribed that way. And now that anybody can prescribe it, I don't know. I saw it on my feed because I get a lot of fitness stuff on my feed about things like this. I see that's dangerous. Like the one comment, that's terrifying. Terrifying that. I mean, what if I was able to just say, hey, I got some lithium, you know what I mean? Anybody feeling shitty? Here you go. It's just not right. It's just not right, and I feel like a lot of people are going to get hurt. You're taking something that can really be a useful teaching tool. A teaching tool on, look, here's something that's going to help you lose weight and control your appetite. Right? But you got to do your part. But when the medication works so good that you don't even necessarily need to do your part, I mean, you're going to feel like shit. You're going to feel nauseous. You're going to feel, low energy, kind of dragging, sleeping. You know what I mean? But some people are willing to go through that in order not to do the other part, not to eat right, not to exercise, And then to sit here again and just let anybody, put these medications out, I think it's kind of messed up. And I think a lot of people are going to end up getting hurt. So, anyway, so there it is. Again, if you got something to say about it, you know what I'm saying, comment below, because I think it's an atrocity. I think it's disrespectful to the people who really need this medication, and it's disrespectful to the physicians who work so hard and pay so much money for their doctorates and stuff to have anybody just be able to dish out these meds. That's what they are. These are meds. These are compounds. These are peptides. You know, this isn't ibuprofen. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, five or 6 years from now, we're gonna find out what this shit really, really does. And I feel like a lot of people are gonna be very disappointed. And then for those who really needed it and couldn't get it, and for those who really needed it, wanted it, were willing to do everything it takes to be successful on these medications, they're not getting it, and they're going to be disappointed. And it's because, you know, the general pop, you know, wants to lose weight, and no offense, you know, unless you have something really holding you back, physiologically or medically, you know what I mean? You know, there are issues, and I understand that. But everybody wants the easy way out. And I'm sorry, the easy way out is the bullshit way. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to make it as hard as possible. It doesn't have to be that hard, because the good thing about your health and your fitness is up to you. If you want to be a big dude, a big girl, super ripped and chiseled with a jaw and a big nose, you know what I mean, looking like a man, no matter if you're a man or not, you know, that's your choice. But you have to understand the work it takes to do that. You know what I'm saying? Or you can be the person that doesn't go to the gym at all, but they walk everywhere. If they can't walk, they bike there. If they can't bike, then they drive. They watch what they eat. They're active. They work out in their garden. They mow their lawn. They maybe go play some tennis or some basketball here and there, or some cricket, or what's the other one? Pickleball, whatever. You see what I'm saying? It does not have to be, I'm going to go to the gym and lift weights and this and that. The reason gyms exist is because we stopped being active in our lives, in our daily lives. We no longer, let's take it, take it back to 1925, all right, where like electricity was just starting, camera was just getting out there, a vehicle, a car, you know, a coach, a horseless coach. You know, these people, they got up in the morning, they didn't turn on their TV, they didn't have one. They didn't turn on their radio, they didn't have one, not the average person. They got up, looked around, and saw their, you know, 8-member family stuck in one room, and they went out, and they walked around. I'm not talking about those people you see, that Victorian shit, no. Those people are really lazy. They got up, they walked around, they went to the store, they bought breakfast, they came home, they made breakfast, they cleaned it up. You know, the man went to work, the kids went to work, you know what I mean? You always had to walk somewhere. There was no, even if you were hanging out, outside, standing there, walking around, just talking to people, seeing what's happening. We don't do that anymore. We drive everywhere. We drive, you know, less than a quarter mile to the freaking store just to get a bag of chips, which is, oh my God, totally destroys. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? This is why gyms exist, because we've taken all the physicality of our lives out. So we had to put it in one place. It's called the gym. And I really feel because of that physicality taken out of our lives, that's why most of us don't know how to move. You know, some of us barely can even walk. Most people actually don't know how to walk. And I would say 90% of the population on Earth doesn't know how to run. Because running is not moving your feet fast. Running is not walking fast. Running is running. It's very different than walking. Okay, guys. I'm going to get off my pedestal right now. And, again, look. Don't turn a good thing into something bad. All right? If you're going to take these medications, with great medication comes great responsibility. You have a responsibility to do what it takes to ensure this medication works, not just works for you, but benefits you. Because that's what it's for. It's meant to benefit you. But if you don't do the right things, it will not benefit you, and it will work against you. And in the long run, I feel like it would really work against you. So, again, if you're going to take these GLP medications, talk to your doctor. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I'll tell you all about it. I can. I can see and be like, it does this, it does that, this is how it works, here's the molecular structure. No doubt. I can tell you about it. But if you want someone to prescribe it, at the right dosage, things like that, you have to go see a doctor. All right? And if you do take these medications, you gotta do the extra shit. Again, it does not mean you have to go to the gym and lift super heavy, although that would be wonderful. Oh, God, you would make my heart swell. Right? Like the Grinch. But if you're not gonna do that, you still have to do something. Stay active. Ride a bike. Go for walks. When you walk the hill. All right? Because you still have to gain muscle. Because most importantly, that GLP shit is gonna deteriorate your muscle. Why? Because it makes you feel full, and when when your body is not receiving the protein, it will turn on itself in order to get that protein. All right, guys. I'm not trying to be all like rah 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 rah, but I'm just trying to make you aware of what's out there and the trickery. You know what I mean? The trickery, the fuckery that's out there. They're just trying to. They really feel we're dumb. I really feel that they think we're dumb. They can sell us anything, sell us on anything. I wasn't sold on that COVID vaccine. I didn't take any of that, none of it, no boosters, no nothing. And I'm not even red. You know what I mean? I'm not blue either because fucking Christ, I don't know what the hell is wrong with these people. They're all nuts. But yeah, because I'm not into, and one of the things, so on a different note, as far as like medications is concerned, I've been rolling around in my head about taking just testosterone and this and that, and blase. But I keep, stepping away from it. Two main reasons. One, I don't want to take something for the rest of my life in order to gain something I'm not supposed to have. So, it's like I'm 95-year-old and I'm popping Viagra pills. Like, where am I gonna stick this old raggedy thing, right? It's like, ugh. Nobody wants to. I don't even want to think about it. See what I'm saying? So, if you're not willing to take these GLPs forever, or if you're not willing to make the changes that is required while you're on these medications, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. All right? For me, as far as like testosterone is concerned, I have trouble taking a multivitamin every day because I just forget, and pills and stuff. It's just not something I do. And I don't want to, and I'm not trying to escape growing old. I'm actually really enjoying growing old. All I'm looking for is I just want to be able to, walk and do the things I do until the day I die. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to have a six-pack, and I'm not trying to defy the aging process. I'm trying to enjoy it as much as I can. Not defy it. I don't care about any of that. I really don't. That's just me. I know people who swear, oh yeah, well, my husband and my boyfriend, and wow, and then they feel great and this and that, and that's great. But for me, like at some point in time, like for instance, I used to drink protein shakes and stuff and all that. But at some point in time, I'm like, I just don't want to fucking drink that shit anymore. I just don't. I don't. So I don't. You see what I'm saying? And that's all right. I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. I still look pretty all right because I give a fuck and I do what it takes. All right. So, all right, there it is. I'm going to leave it there. I know I kind of went a little, here and there, but the point of this whole live is there's a lot of bullshit out there, especially with that GLP shit, and this whole thing about letting anyone prescribe it is insane. Insane. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. When I see it, I'm gonna take a picture, I'm gonna post it, and I really want you guys to tell me what you think about that, because I think it's bullshit. So anyway, EM3 strength and conditioning. Penny's here. She's waiting to leave. She has to go to work. Boo, work. Boo. So EM3 strength and conditioning. Again, if you're on these GLP meds and you need a little assistance with The extra part, EM3 strength and conditioning is where you want to be. Same thing. If you're in taking testosterone and you're like, yeah, you feel good, but you want to, come on in, fellas. Come on in. Yeah, I know. And she's here before Kim, which is crazy. And if, yeah, and if if you need that help, because remember, fitness is not just about going to the gym and lifting heavy and getting on the treadmill and this and that, blah, blah, blah. No, there's much more to it. Just like those GLP meds, there's much more to it. There has to be mental changes. When I mean mental changes, I mean, the kinds of decisions you choose to make. Sorry, I have the hiccups a little bit. The decisions you choose to make. All right? The other day I was talking about triggers, and that's exactly what this is about. You come in here, or for instance, you take your GLP meds, and you're like, you know what? I am going to start eating better. Boom. That's a trigger. Triggered a positive trigger. Triggered you to say, yo, I think I'm going to eat better so I can feel better. I'm going to eat more protein so I don't lose, da-da-da-da. I'm going to exercise. Boom. Trigger, 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 trigger. You start taking your GLPs. What's up? Hey, Melissa. Hope you have a better mental day today than you did yesterday.
Probably not.
Melissa was struggling yesterday, boy. She couldn't tell her left from her right. So yeah, it's all about, it's not just about, oh, I'm doing this. No, it's what are you doing complete. You cannot, for instance, you cannot say, oh, I'm taking these GLP medications and then still be a dick to your wife and smack your kids around. No. If you're going to take these GLP meds, you got to make changes throughout the rest of your life in order to support, what it is you're trying to do. You know what I mean? Just like, for instance, here, I like to train, and people come here and they train, but they don't just come here 2 or 3 days a week, go home, and then that's it. No, they go home, and they're like, well, I just did this, and I worked so hard, I'm going to try to eat better. Boom. I'm going to drink less juice. Boom. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure I go every week. Boom. I'm going to go on my walk. I'm going to do little workouts at home. I'm going to mow that lawn. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. All that matters. Same thing when you take other medications or supplements. You know what I'm saying? You want to up your protein? Well, guess what? You got to up it, and you got to take it. You can't just sit there and buy the protein powder and be like, well, there it is. No, you got to take it. Right? But if you take it, now you got to make that protein work for you. All right. So remember, whenever you take any kind of medications, this month we're talking about GLP, it's not just that. Do not just rely on that. All right. You have to do the rest. If you need help in the doing the rest part, reach out, DM me. You can DM EM3 Strength and Conditioning page, and we'll get you in, have a free consultation, a free assessment to see where you are. Because by seeing where you are, that's how I can sit and tell you, well, it's probably going to take you XYZ long to get the result you're looking for. All right? That's why, we do those assessments and stuff. Not only that, but like I always say, I was saying before, it's not weight loss. Weight loss is whatever. Weight loss is like whatever. You know what I'm saying? You have to figure out why you want to do this for yourself. Because if you're doing it for a wedding, you're going to fail. If you're doing it for a party, you're going to fail. If you're doing it for, I want to fit into a bikini for the summer, you're going to fail. What are you going to do when the summer's over? Are you going to stop? I want to do it because I want to lose 50 pounds. Not good enough. Not good enough. What are you going to do when you cross the 50-pound finish line? You see what I'm saying? So it has to be more than like, I want to look over.
It's raining.
So EM3 Strength and Conditioning. Just to let everybody know, you know what? No, I'm gonna tag the challenge group. Melissa's skipping a mile. She's not running a mile in her shoes. She walked 3 and gave me the finger. So, EM3 strength and conditioning, guys. Remember, it's not just about the meds. There's much, much, much more. All right. I really hope someone listened, and I hope someone, I hope I was able to make you think about this a little deeper, because I think the problem is people don't think deep enough when it comes to this. It's all about, I want to this, I want to look, I want to see, I want to feel. But people feel like if they see themselves looking good, they're going to feel good, and that will never happen. Never happen. In fact, that's the feeling you get when you go to the salon, when you get your nails done, when you get your pedicure, when you get that shit done. Because you go, you look yourself, you quote unquote feel good, then your hair grows, and then you stop feeling good. No good. Start from the inside, so then no matter what you do to the outside, you still feel good. Doesn't matter if you get your hair did. Doesn't matter if you get your nails did. Doesn't matter if you get your pedicure did. Ah, shit, my phone's dying. What matters is how you feel. Well, training and fitness makes you feel the way you look all the time. So if you feel good, you will always look good to yourself. Even me with my baggy eyes in the morning and stuff, half a booger hanging out my nose. I still feel good. Look at my booger. That's a hot little booger. There's no booger there. That's a gray hair, actually. All right. So that's it. EM3, standing condition. This is like a bazillionth time I'm saying it. And yeah. If you're on your meds, do more. If you're taking testosterone, all that shit, do more. And don't rely just on your meds. And don't let no motherfucking trainer or a whoever person give you your GLP meds. That's just very irresponsible. Hit me up.